What's up, y'all? Jim here, Get Better with Books. Today we're gonna be talking about the best investing advice that I learned from reading books. So if you spend any time on Instagram these days, it really won't take you long until you come across one of those business pages with memes of pictures of Warren Buffett and Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos that tout some sort of investing advice. You know the ones, it's a big picture of Warren Buffett with the quote, "If you don't learn to make money while you sleep, you'll work until you die." Okay, but then you turn on the TV, you flip on Bloomberg, and you see the stock market is at an all-time high. Tesla stock just shot through the roof again. And then there's some scrawny-ass 17-year-old kid from Des Moines, Iowa, who just became the next Bitcoin millionaire. And you're out here getting some serious FOMO, like, shit, I should probably get into this investing thing. You just don't know where to start. So before you go and respond to one of those Instagram bots, you know, the ones that flood literally every comment section talking about Forex trading, let's talk about a better way that you can spend your time. So about 5 years ago, when I first started getting into the investment game, I made sure that I trusted the best resources I had available. No, that wasn't Forex Felix 420 on Instagram. It was none other than good old-fashioned books. And I read everything on investing that I could find, from the classics like Benjamin Graham's Intelligent Investor to more of the general overviews like Robert Kiyosaki's Rich Dad, Poor Dad. And what I found for the most part is that these books talked about very similar ideas and concepts, and most of which were completely different than what I imagined investing would look like. So in this video, I'm gonna share the 4 best ideas that I got from reading these investment books, but these are the things that I use on a day-to-day basis to manage my personal accounts. And at the end of this video, you'll learn that getting started is actually much simpler and less intimidating than you may have imagined. So make sure you stick around to the end, because I'm gonna share some of my favorite investing books that you can start reading today. And before we get started, if you're considering investing your hard-earned money, do me a favor, do some additional research. I know this video is gonna be great, but don't use this video as the end-all be-all on why you should invest money into the stock market. And if you do not have the funds and resources available and you're still trying to build up your foundation of personal finances, I recommend you starting with this video right here, where I talk about some of the basic tenets of personal finance and some of the best personal finance books that you can start reading today, okay? Okay, so the first tip that I have in this list is the importance of automation. And one of the key concepts that I learned in almost every one of these investment books is the idea of paying yourself first. Meaning, whenever you get your paycheck or whatever source of income that you have, before you go out and buy groceries, you know, that $9 bottle of kombucha, or before you go and pay Tim Cook for that new iPhone 15, make sure that you are allocating a specific amount of money each and every month into your investment accounts. And whether that's your 401k, whether it's your IRA, whether you're using one of those investing apps like Acorns or Robinhood, it doesn't matter. What I'm saying is, make sure that every single month you are allocating a set amount of money into these accounts. And by automating this process, it's just gonna eliminate the question as to, should I do this or what should I do? No, you're doing it automatically. And setting up an automatic transfer is gonna make sure that you're hitting your investing timelines without spending too much time manually doing it every single month, because we all know nobody got time for that. The second tip on this list is the power of index funds. And one of the biggest challenges that I had when I first started investing was trying to pick the right stock. Should I go the blue chip route and go with companies like JP Morgan or AT&T or Johnson & Johnson? Or should I consider some of these smaller upstart companies? You know, should I go with that Tesla stock? Nah, that's probably not gonna go anywhere. The point I'm trying to make is that there are literally thousands of options out there, and it's very easy to get caught in that analysis paralysis stage. And almost every investing book that I came across talked about a specific security, something that helped you hedge against volatility and ensured consistent growth over time, and that is the index fund. So index fund is essentially a group of stocks that are bundled together to help emulate a specific index, like the S&P 500, the Russell 2000, or the Dow Jones. And the reason why legendary investor Warren Buffett recommends these index funds to average investors is simply because picking stocks is very hard. So rather than spending the time to try to pick the right stock, you can actually buy an index fund and buy all of them in a given index. It's a low-cost option, it's got less expense ratios, and generally speaking, it's got less volatility compared to an individual stock. That said, you're not gonna see the outsized returns that you may be able to see from an individual stock, but it's a great way to ensure steady growth over the long term. Okay, question time, question for you folks at home. Do you invest? More importantly, Why do you invest? Are you just saving for your retirement? Or you be honest with yourself? Are you trying to cash in and get that newest Lambo? This is a judge-free zone. Hit me with the truth and comment something down below. The 2 best answers that I see will each get a free book of your choice. Could be a personal finance, could be an investing book like Intelligent Investor, it could be Rich Dad, Poor Dad, could be anything you want. You get a free book. That's up to you. So make sure comment something good down below. And speak of 2 winners, I am now announcing the 2 winners from last week's giveaway. So congratulations to Manpreet and T Therm 1. Congratulations to both of you for commenting on last week's video, how to read more books this year. You each get a $25 Amazon gift card to use on whatever you want. If you're watching this, DM me at Get Better With Books to claim your prize. Okay, back to this list. Number 3 tip on the best investing advice that I learned from reading books is the importance of thinking long-term. And this is one of the hardest things that I had to learn when I first got into investing, because I'm buying a stock, I'm buying an index, and obviously I'm checking that ticker all day. But if your primary goal for setting up one of these investment accounts is for retirement, or if you're saving for college for one of your kids, it's important to remind yourself that you're in this for the long term. And there's a couple of reasons behind this. Number 1, passive investing will save you money. So if you're constantly buying and selling stocks, there's commissions involved with that. And those commissions can actually eat into your returns. And if you're an average investor like me, you're better off buying and holding these securities for the long run. It's gonna save you money, it's gonna save you stress. And if you did your research on the company or the investment and you know it's a solid investment, you'll be less concerned about the fluctuations of the market, which is point number 2, understand that there will be fluctuations. Just take a look at last year, 2020. I think it was around March, the market took a little dip. And by dip, I mean a polar plunge. Around 20% of the market went down. But if you fast forward it to the end of 2020, even right now, an early stage of 2021, the markets are at an all-time high. And if you take a look at the graphs over time, there's a steady climb in the market. So be patient, don't panic. If you're seeing these tiny dips and fluctuations, just know over the long term, these things are gonna continue to grow. And last but not least, the 4th and final investing tip that I have for you is to start now. All you have to do to understand this concept is take a look at this chart. As you can see, contributing to an investment account earlier has significant upside against people who start later in their careers. You can say whatever you want about the time spent analyzing the markets or the experience that you have, but let's face it, the most important concept when it comes to the timetable of your investments is compound interest. Compound interest is essentially when you get to the point where your money starts to make you more money. And now money is making you more money, and more money, and more money, and more money, and more money. And the point here is simple. If you have cash available, put that cash to work. The longer you have compound interest to work for you, the more cash you're gonna have in the long run. Just ask this guy right here. He made 99% of his total wealth after he was 50 years old. Not saying that you're gonna end up like him, but what I am saying is you are going to be in a much better situation than had you not done nothing. So make sure you go and do something. So that's all I got for you folks. Those are the 4 best ideas that I got from reading these investment books. I hope you enjoyed them. If you did, hit me with a thumbs up button, subscribe to my channel. If you're interested in reading these investment books that I referenced today, I will link them in the description down below, or feel free to shoot me a DM at Get Better With Books on the old Instagram machine. I'll be happy to give you some personalized recommendations. This is Jim with Get Better With Books signing out. Thank you for watching this video. I will see y'all in the next video. Peace.